Hello and welcome to Mike's Garage. If you've already subscribed to our channel, thank you very much. If you haven't, please do, and when you do, be sure and tap on the little notification bell so you'll be notified every time we put up a new video. Okay, we are having a good time. The new nice weather is finally here and it's beautiful. In fact, instead of doing videos like I figured I would do, as soon as it warmed up, I've been riding my shovelhead, which I'd rather do than probably just about anything. Yeah, Mike and I have both been riding and just trying to get some wind in our face again. And
getting things done.
Yeah, we're getting things done. Anyway.
It's going to be an exciting year.
Oh, yeah. Now, I wanted to mention, in our last video, what did we do? I adjusted the clutch in my shovelhead, and I made it as soft as I could make it. Now, I said it was done, but I wasn't really satisfied with the cable yet, and I didn't think anybody wanted to watch the oil drip for an hour or so. So what I did is I took the cable loose from both ends, and I kept dripping that brake-free stuff in it, which is one of the lubricants I use on cables. And the reason I use it and the reason I like it is it has oh boy, it has something in it. Pardon? Teflon. It has Teflon suspended in it. That's chain wax. That's not going to help anybody's cable. Anyway, so much for that. Anyway, but I did do that and dripped it until it went all the way through. And the feeling of this clutch, I mean, it's still a little bit, it's not a little kid's clutch, but it's very comfortable. And boy, does it engage. You know, if burnouts are your thing, there you go. Anyway, that's it for that clutch. And my hand is really loving it. And I can hold it with one finger, or here, use my little pinky. Because once you go over center, then it's no big deal. Anyway, that's it for that. I just wanted to mention it because I did finish it, and that's it. Okay, like I said, I'm going down the list of things. Our art department, the art director, which is Fred. Fred has been really, really busy. We've all been busy. And I had already taken the Kickstarter off of Fred's bike at Fred's house. And I said, drop it off here and I'll put a new gear on it. So that's what I'm going to do right now, is put a new gear on this Kickstarter. Now, notice that these are copper jaws. They're beat to death, but they're soft. And they're not going to do any parts any real damage. Now, when you look at this, you can see how you clock the kicker arm. This stud has to stick out here so that it finds its way into the transmission and rests in that position. So we know that this one is correct. Of course, by now somebody is asking why I'm replacing it, and it's because we opened it up to look at it, and the thing had actually fallen apart. So you got a stud came out of here, or a rivet, and I don't like it. And if I don't like it, it's going to get changed. And I think I'll feel a lot better about it once it's changed. So I bought a new gear for it. And this is the lock tab going onto the nut. I take a chisel and I knock that little lock tab down. Let's see, that should do it right about there. All right, now we got a socket. It's a 7/8 of an inch. And we're going to try and crack that thing loose. It wasn't very tight to start with. And there you have it. Now, before we take it off of here, let's take the lock tab off. And since we know it's in the right place, it's not like we're figuring this out. Gee, how do I clock this thing? What position does it go in? We already saw that it was there, so I'm just leaving it as it is. Now, a lot of Kickstarters have a two-piece arm. You have the shaft, and the other part is the arm bolted onto it. This is an early type. It's a one-piece kicker arm. And we're going to look at this here. Look at that. Everything is beautiful there. But you can see where that rivot's out of there. And that's a little upsetting. So we're going to put the new gear on right now. Just like that. And there it is. We're going to put a new lock tab on it because we have one. And we'll put this nut on here. Now, things are a little beat up in here. I'm not sure exactly what was going on, but I'm paying an awful lot of attention to it as I'm putting it back together. What I think we'll do is instead of Fred picking this thing up here, I'll go over to his house and put it on. And then you won't have cameraman Mike for that episode, probably. I think Fred is going to have to shoot that one. Fred is a tremendous artist. Don't be surprised if he isn't as good a cameraman as cameraman Mike.
I'm not that good.
You're great.
No, I'm not.
I love the work you do, and I won't have you complaining about it.
I just like sticking my nose in where I shouldn't.
Well, there's always that. That's what friends are for.
Oh, okay.
Sure. Okay, that's nice and tight on there. The only thing is, I didn't get what I needed. There we go. There's the lock tab in place. And we'll take this little flat punch, which has kind of been modified a little bit. That's not good. That's better. Let me get in there, please. I do have pry bars for just such occasions, but there we go, right there is perfect. And that, boys and girls, is not going anywhere. So I'm rather pleased with it. So, there it is. The next thing we want to do is I want to take this over to Fred's house and we'll put it on. And like I said, this is the way it clocks. So there's enough spring tension on it to keep that gear seating just where it's supposed to. And there it is. So I'll be taking that over to Fred soon. Other than that, there's a couple of things I wanted to mention. One of them, of course, is our t-shirts, which Mike is showing right now. And of course, to get to those, just pacificmike.com in the upper right, and that will take you to our webpage. And up in the right-hand corner, it says T-shirt store. You click on that, and that's all you need to do for T-shirts. And let's see what else is the Hippie Killer Hoedown. Hippie Killer Hoedown is going to be April 22nd. That's coming up, not this weekend, right?
No, next weekend.
Okay, wait a minute, what is today?
I don't know.
Today's about the 10th?
Yeah.
So we got two more.
Okay.
Yeah, it's weekend after next.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd kind of like to do a few things before we go.
Yeah.
Like I said, we're getting things caught up. But that is the Hippie Killer Hoedown in Temecula, California. It's bikes, cars, lowriders, flat tracking, bands. A buddy of mine just talked to me from Arizona, and he said, hey, I saw their ad. He said, they've got some good bands. So the guy in Arizona knows that the bands that are going to be in Temecula, California are that good. Gee, I haven't stayed up with the modern stuff. I'm still listening to the Fried Brothers. But anyway, that's it for me. I think that takes care of just about all of it. So until next time, which is going to be hopefully putting this kicker cover on, I'll see you out on the road.